Testing, testing, 1, 2. Hi guys, Storm here with another video. It's been a while, so we're gonna expose Activision for the crappy people that they are. Another glitch to be found. So for those that are trying to unlock gold for the 300, unless you own the full game, good luck. And it's another one of those bugged challenges where it says one thing, but the requirements is an entirely different thing. So unless you're playing free for all, or some kind of multiplayer game mode where the people can't get down, you know, and actually just die versus going down, this challenge is going to be really difficult, if not near impossible. So what it says you need to do versus what it actually requires you to do. In Battle Royale or any game mode that's free, that's not the multiplayer, it says get 25 one-shot, one kills. Now there's not a single shotgun in the game to get you one-shot, one kill. Every gun in the game, as far as I'm aware, can down a person, but not one-shot, one kill. That would mean instead of just going down, you would immediately die. Now the only way this is possible is if you're the last in the team, and if you don't have a self-revive. Because if they're the last in the team and have a self-revive, you're just going to get down like per usual. Or if they're playing solo and don't have a self-revive. So, here's the thing. I've tried it that way, doesn't work. I've tried it when someone else has already downed them, doesn't work. I've tried it where I've explicitly used a different weapon, like a secondary weapon, like a rocket launcher, which is what I actually have as my secondary. I rocket launcher them and I finish off the shotgun, meaning I do all the damage to down them, right? And then finish them off with one shot to one kill, meaning they're already down, and it takes one shot to finish them off and kill them. Meaning no damage has been done prior, and it only takes one bullet to kill them, per se. It doesn't do any damage. I've tried meleeing, I've tried lethals, I've tried everything you can imagine. The one shot, one kill is impossible, and is 100% confirmed to be a bugged fact. So, unfortunately, this glitch camo is impossible to achieve under normal means. So red cell for the Lockwood. If you're confused, I haven't seen a single YouTuber talking about it, so I'm going to be the first in the world to expose it. If you have the free version, the only way to make any progression is to get double kills. It makes no sense, but it's what I've noticed. If I get a double kill in a short time frame, it gives it to me. Not if it's a one-shot, one kill. They could be standing. They could already be down. It doesn't matter. If you get a double kill within a certain amount of time, you will get this challenge done. I don't know why, but it just happens. Now, it's weird because I've noticed, like, okay, well, every time I see two down players and I fish them off in rapid succession, that's when it gives it to me. Not when I've gotten a one-shot, one kill. So this is really rapid succession double kills is the only way to unlock red cell. Now it's really dumb because I have max attachments on it. The only thing that would be better, which surprisingly it says it does more damage, but I've actually literally point blank shot them with the slug shells and it takes 2 shots. And also, if this is supposed to be way more damage, it actually should be able to do it from far away. Yet this has more range than this. You also can't trust the stats in this game. Damage range, unless you're talking about the shotgun, right? Because that's pellet range versus bullet range. There is no more damage range. And here's what I mean by that. If you go into in here and use anything else but a shotgun, right? See, that didn't down him in one shot. You see how it just did that? Took me 3 shots to kill that guy. And I have a max on 3 plates. So, it's a little weird. Max, recoil smoothness, bullet velocity. I have max range, max damage, best barrel, best muzzle, built for hip fire, damage, long range. And this, which increases the damage more so. The only way you can make this more powerful, and if you're absolutely going to hit your shots, supposedly based on the stats, is the slug rounds. Now, I found out this actually does more damage over time, and not even over time. Excuse me, I had a cough. For whatever reason, this does more damage, and you can't trust the stats because you have to think about it. Anytime they nerf a gun, the stat stays the same. Anytime they buff a gun, the stat stays the same. So you can't trust the stats. One of the guns that can say it's most powerful is not the most weakest, and the most weak is the most powerful, vice versa. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cough. So, what you guys need to take into account is that this game is super buggy. It's been buggy and getting worse and worse and worse. They're pushing out games, not trying to like hold back the release date because all they care about is money. I've exposed so many bugs to their Twitter account, the Activision support, email. They got rid of their phone numbers a while ago. They said, well, we could do our jobs, but let's make it nearly impossible. And this is what every company does ever, corporate. They give you the AI automated service. All it does is waste your time. It doesn't. The whole point of that is to get you to the right person. It's supposed to help save time. It's supposed to, all the information you tell it's supposed to transfer to the next person. It's supposed to get you to the right department. It doesn't do any of that. Not only does the information, you have to end up repeating it multiple times till you finally get to a supervisor. But it doesn't even, you don't even get transferred to the right department, and you end up getting transferred multiple times. As well as when you are getting transferred, you get a bunch of employees, very arrogant asshole employees that say, "Oh, I can do anything a manager can do." And if that was really the case, they would be a manager. But it's always the same old thing over and over again. So it's just very frustrating. I do have this ghost thing that not only indicates you ghosts, but it also for souls, it also sucks up the souls, kind of like a little mini vacuum. If you've ever played Sonic with the electric shield, it kind of sucks them up within a close proximity. Now you have to kill them with this weapon, and then have to be relatively close by. But rather than walking on to the soul, it will actually suck up the soul from a pretty good distance. I'd say about right there is about the distance you can kill somebody, and it will suck up the soul. You can't shoot them with a rocket launcher and then switch that for it to suck up the soul. It won't happen, not unless you're downing them with a rocket launcher and then finishing them off with a shotgun. If you kill them complete with the rocket launcher and the switchback, it's not going to work. The final kill has to be done with this. So, keep that in mind. So like I was saying, the camo is bugged. You do need double kills. There is no way in hell to get one shot, one kill with any weapon excluding if you're playing multiplayer. In Battle Royale, DMZ, Lockdown Quads, it's just not possible. Now what I recommend is, especially, this new attachment is the new meta, increases the damage, and it does reload quickness, which is pretty nice. Oh, I wanted to see about that actually. It says magazine ammo capacity. It does not reduce your magazine ammo capacity. See your ammo reserve 16? Well, it says 16. Let me, the only way to get rid of it is to go into it and back out again. Oh look, it still says 16. So that's false. So if it does end up doing it, it would have to do it mid-game, which it doesn't do that. Also to take into consideration, it says magazine ammo capacity. No, you're not shooting one bullet, you're still shooting two, and it's not taking away from your reserve. So that's a lie. It's not taking away from your damage range, because your damage range up there is still clearly there. It really should just say bullet velocity, because it's taking away from your quote-unquote range, not your damage range, which is bullshit, because if it was damage range, it would go negative on the damage. Or maybe the damage, I guess, technically supersedes, let's say the damage, plus damage for pros is +5 and the damage range is -2, so you're getting more than you're losing, I guess, so technically. I don't notice a reduce in recoil control, so that's bullshit. And all these weird terminology, recoil control, recoil steadiness, I think it's just a bunch of wordplay. None of it actually makes any sense. Horizontal, no guns go horizontally, as far as I'm aware, that it's never had a horizontal problem, so that's bullshit. Vertical is always going to be with any gun, realistically. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet. I did unlock this camo. It is pretty nice. And I also recently put these on, which is pretty nice. So once you get past a certain period, you not have to only have 2 guys, you have 3 guys, which is kind of nice. At least for the DMZ one. This one, you get some kind of weird ass hat. I'm like, what even is that, dude? Like, no, for real. Like, what is that hat? It looks like a freaking... Like, I get this one. You know, it's a helmet. This one looks like... I don't even know. Like, the first one's like a beret, right? But this last one, it looks like a freaking soft ass cap. I don't even know. What is that supposed to be? Does anyone know? Comment below if you know what that is. Lastly, if you guys just sure to invest in the game, because it definitely is pay to play. They're not even trying to hide it. Like with the completely dark Black Noir skin, they, you know, for Rose, they kind of nerfed it. They don't even care about it anymore. They've stopped caring about fixing the bugs. They stopped caring about pretending not to be pay to play. Now they're just being oblivious, completely obvious about it. With the Noir skin, for example. This is kind of a badass skin. For those who watch Hellsinger Bridge, this is hilarious. I hope they bring in quotes for the guy. The Doom shotgun apparently is even better than the shotgun build I have. Supposedly, it's like you reload way quicker, so that's kind of cool. The animation's a little wonky, very gimmicky, but it's kind of, you know, if it reloads quicker, like, by all means, that's going to even be better than my build, because you can even roll even quicker than that. Plus, if you have fast hands, it's just, oh my god, it's going to be ridiculous. So it's got double fast hands, or double quick reload speed, which is pretty nice. I think it's got the built-in, you know, shoot both shots in one, and then, well, let's see here. Does it even show? Yep, the Maelstrom dual trigger. Nice. Shows a lot more when you actually click on it than it actually shows for the 3. Versus, like, some of these other ones show a lot more. It's kind of cool. That's almost all black, but again, it's not nearly as good as Eleanor because of the whole badge on the side. And it's not completely black. It's got these weird shades, but I mean, it's okay for what it is. It's better than the Rose skin. Maybe not better than the original, but it's better than the nerfed Rose skin. So this one's, my friend said, one of the people I played with said, oh yeah, it's a witch that will give you the Battle Rage self-revive. They're lying. It doesn't. It gives you UAV. It's the Demoness that gives you the Battle Rage self-revive. Now they've introduced Battle Rage self-revive in DMZ. That is pretty nice. And for those trying to get that challenge where you have to crossbow kill the bomb maker or whatever, it's nice to have that in case you haven't unlocked it. But what's better than that, if you wanted to get a Battle Rage self-revive, I highly recommend this new thing that they've just released, which is this guy that comes with a dog, which would be a nice contrast to the cat that you can get with the Battle Pass. It's like a werewolf. With those fangs, it definitely looks like a werewolf. With this guy's hat, I don't know about the pickaxes, but if anyone's ever played that original Sega game, where he's got 2 swords, you know, he fights the devil and he's basically hunting all these different creatures from across multiple multiverses and galaxies. It's really a disturbing game for its time, but it was really cool, really ahead of its time. I forget what it's called, but this one's the best. It's got more stuff to offer. The guns aren't as cool as the ones, but you do get this, the Reap and Sow. Pretty nice. Yeah, just a whole lot more to offer. Like, look at all that. And all this is applied to DMZ, which is pretty nice. If it wants to load. Nice, okay. But yeah, I don't highly recommend getting that. All this is kind of bullshit. That one's kind of okay because the just the effects. This one's one of the coolest. I like the Doom. This is ghetto as hell. This is supporting, you know, women that say they want to be like, oh, empower me, but don't treat me as a piece of meat. But then being hypersexual and treating myself as a piece of meat is, you know, sex positive, and that's my powers, my pussy. It's like, okay, with that wet ass pussy and twerking on stage and showing their assholes. It's the hypocrisy of that kind of stuff. It's disgusting. The woke bullshit. Oh yeah, and did you know you can actually abuse the report button? Almost any person you report, even if it's not an accurate report, you report them for literally almost anything at all. Let's see. If you try to report them for voice chat offensive, especially if they're being toxic, I don't recommend doing it and abusing this and to people who don't deserve it, but they're being hella toxic. Absolutely, look, report status changed. Thank you, thank you. And this is all from reporting toxic players. But don't. So that means anyone you report, it's a completely broken AI. I've gotten reported for stuff, you know, false reported plenty of times. So it's very frustrating. And now there's this new feature where if you're in the game, it used to be before you're muted in the lobby, they have to unmute you in the lobby, and then they have to unmute you when you load into the game. Now, it's weird. At first I thought, okay, they got rid of it to where you have to unmute, everyone has to mute you in the lobby. That only applied to me, weirdly enough. And I think like a couple others. But it's still, but for others, I guess if you get reported enough, and if it's more than 14 days, because you start off with 14 days. That's a lot for just, you know, a minor offense or just for your first warning, I guess. But whatever. They start you off at 14 days. I guess if you progress past 14 days, or depending on what was said or supposedly said, they will. I guess, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's after 14 days. They will basically make it worse. I'm guessing here, but because it's weird that how I don't have to be muted in lobbies, but I will have to be muted in game. Versus some other people have to be muted in lobbies, unmuted in lobbies, and in games. So it's just really weird how that works. The game's super broken, tons of bugs, still haven't fixed them since day 0. People coming in at level 1, you know, it's just easy bugs that takes like 2 seconds to fix. A child can fix it, honestly. It's just very, very easy stuff that the devs are either being blackmailed not to do. They're like, hey, we want to piss off the community base like we normally do, because we just want to say F you to you guys. Because we just don't care anymore. We get off, you know. Here at Activision, we're not happy unless you're unhappy. It's like, goddamn, that's active fraud at its finest. But yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. I think I've exposed pretty much everything. The haunting event. What you guys probably didn't know is that you can get yourself a free hook. Now, one of the YouTubers shows a different hook. It shows the actual thing that the guy uses. I think the only way to get that is by unlocking the skin. That's not the same, but it's similar. It's a fat guy wearing a clown mask. It's not exactly the same as you know, that character you have to kill, which I think. Let's see if I can find it. Some kind of, it looks like kind of the, yeah, there's nothing tactical about being a thug or a gangster. I don't know why they advertise being a gangster or thug life is cool, but whatever. It's not this one. Oh, you know what? I think it's part of the battle pass. Here we go. That creepy clown black cell. I don't know if this is it, but there's a weapon that someone else was showing where it looks like a skull, like, club, I guess. And the YouTuber's like, oh yeah, you can get that if you scan the QR code. No, you can't. You only get the meat hook. So I don't know why he's showing it back to back. So that's, you know, false advertising, like almost every YouTuber that gets famous likes to do. You gotta use that clickbait thumbnail. I'm not gonna be doing that. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere, so I don't know what he's talking about with that, like, skull club that the guy has when you're in game. If I missed it, guys, let me know in the comments below. If I'm just passing it up. I mean, those are the scythes. Yeah, I don't see it. But yeah, anyway, just that YouTuber that when you first look up meat hook for this guy, you can scan the QR code to get the butcher's meat hook. I guess he's dual wielding a meat hook and then the other like skull club. But yes, the guy YouTuber I'm talking about shows like he claims the other one's a meat hook. It clearly is a skull club. It's not a meat hook. But he's showing this one and then like a split screen and then showing the skull club. But there's nowhere anywhere that I can find how to get that. So yeah, guys, let me know if you I'm actually gonna look him up real quick so I can expose this false advertiser. 1 second, please. I looked up meat hook Call of Duty. It's probably one of the first videos that'll pop up. Yep. Scope shot. It's called the cleaver. It's got like a spine. He doesn't show you how to get it. He's advertising. All he does is talk about the meat hook the entire time. He doesn't tell you how to get the cleaver. Doesn't show you him using the cleaver. So he's a clickbaiting BSer. And then the guy below that, JC Aterrasu or whatever, shows some kind of backpack with the meat hook, but you never get any kind of backpack. The only guy that seems to be accurate with this thumbnail is Reaper Reborn. I don't know what this skull looking thing is for Mr. Dark Diddy shows a red skull. There's no boss that I'm aware of that has a red skull looking like that, so more clickbait. So yeah, it does seem to be the butcher carrying both the cleaver and the meat hook, but you don't get the cleaver as far as I'm aware. If I'm wrong, be sure to put it in the comments below and how do you get it, where to find it, where it's shown that you can get it, whether it's unlockable or if it's something in the store or something more that they don't tell you. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe and like, share with your friends. Peace.